We all know what happened yesterday. He said he's not signing an extension with the Pelicans, quote unquote, requested a trade. And now the Pelicans, they've released a statement. Let's take a look at what the Pelicans have to say about all this. I love the wording in this. Relative to specific talks of a trade, we will do this on our timeline, one that makes sense for our team, and it will not be dictated by those outside of our organization. We have also requested that the league to strictly enforce the tampering rules associated with this transaction. Jalen Rose, we all know what that says on the surface. But what are the Pelicans really saying with that statement?
This is about to be an ugly, nasty, messy divorce.
Ooh, what makes you feel that way?
Because the Pelicans already feel like LeBron James has been tampering with Anthony Davis. They already understand that if the Lakers call them and they look down at their phone and see an area code 310-323-213 on their phone, y'all better be talking about giving us 5 players or I'm sending y'all the voicemail.
Well, the thing I found interesting about this was the timeline stuff. Because the Lakers package, their offer, isn't necessarily going to change in the next week and in the next 8 months. So if you're the Pelicans, you're like, all right, so this is what you have to offer me? Fine, thank you very much. I'll take Anthony Davis and I'll play Anthony Davis until the offseason, and then I'll decide whether or not I want to take this offer from you.
And you know what else it does for New Orleans? It ruins, it wrecks this season.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this season didn't look great to begin with, especially with Anthony Davis being out with this finger injury. So here's another question for you, Mr. Rose. Let's say they don't trade him by the trade deadline, which is very much a possibility based on everything that Woj is reporting, based on everything that we've read in this statement. Does Anthony Davis' injuries linger a little longer? Does he play a little less? Does he try to stay fresh? How does it work?
This is where things get awkward because now at first we were a unified front. We were pulling in the same direction and we had the same goals. When you say you don't want to be here anymore, now there's a fork in the road. You're looking out for you, I'm looking out for me. So for the organization and for the fans, they're going to be monitoring what you just said really close. And if they feel that he's not playing and he's healthy, that's really going to be an issue for his reputation.
Well, we saw this with Kawhi Leonard last year, and Anthony Davis is kind of injury prone, right? Like he's been hurt. And he's got this finger issue now. Couldn't you say, oh, I went to go see the finger specialist. I got a second opinion, and they say that maybe I shouldn't play. And he makes sure that he doesn't get injured for the rest of the season.
Well, you'll have an entire state and legion of Pelican fans also giving you the finger. No way, shape, or form now are you representing our best interest when you tell us you want to leave. Because you know what? This is a point that people never make. When your best player says that, like LeBron did in Cleveland, like KD did in OKC, and he eventually tweeted, subtweeted, burner account tweeted what I'm about to say, you're basically saying this coaching staff and these guys that I play with, they ain't good enough to give me a championship.
Quick question, yes or no? Will they trade Anthony Davis before the trade deadline?
Absolutely not.
So then we're going to end up in this situation. So you've been in the NBA locker room, I haven't. Let's say they don't trade Anthony Davis. He's showing up to work. He's showing up to practice. He's on the plane. What is going to change between him and his teammates?
Benedict Arnold. It's almost like, oh, when you didn't step in to take that charge, it's because you don't want to sacrifice your body for us. Now everything has a reason. We're not a unified front anymore. You want to bounce. Why do you want to leave? Because you want to go join players that you think are better than us to help you get a championship when you're supposed to be the best player, making us better and win championship.
And let's not forget, this is the same Pelicans team that played pretty well in the playoffs last year.
So here's what I want to make sure I acknowledge. Of course, started by Kurt Flood back in the day, I applaud, love, and happy sports has free agency. But as the Podfather taught us about pre-agency, that gets a little murky because now all of a sudden, you have to play with Drew Holiday. You have to play with Mirotic. But also, those are supposed to be your boys. You just told them they weren't good enough. That's why you're leaving. You're leaving to go play with the Lakers because you feel like they can get you to your goals. And so I'm going to make sure I'm always the person that notes that's an admission for a player that says, I can't get it done here as the best player. I need to go somewhere else and possibly be the second or third best player in order to get my goal accomplished, which is also fine.
I mean, that's what we saw from KD. And then there's all these rumors about KD leaving Golden State because it feels like, all right, I was the second or third best player on that team. We won a championship. And now I'm going to bounce so I can be the best player on the team and try to win another championship and rectify all of this. It's really interesting. Now, what else is interesting is the wording in the statement and also the wording in Woj's reporting. They need an overwhelming package to trade him before the deadline.
I got it for you.
Oh, what's that?
I'll literally give them 6 names and tell y'all to give me 5 of them. And I'm not pump faking. Y'all, 3? Oh, don't even call me no more. 4? Oh, don't even call me no more. You know the usual suspects. I need to take KCP to make it work.
Of course.
Kuzma, Ball, Ingram, and give me either Zubac or Wagner. You give me 5 of those 6, I'll send them over there to you tomorrow.
So why do you think this won't get done before the deadline then?
Because I don't believe the Lakers are going to offer that. That's the issue. They'll probably offer Kuzma and/or Ingram and/or Ball and a first-round pick. So that's not going to get the deal done.